Now, this is one of those many incidences that always happens, and people would be like, I thought I have heard it all. I thought I have seen it all. I honestly thought I've seen it all. You know, how could a parent abandon their own child at the airports of all the places? At the airports, with crowds, you know, different kind of people moving to and fro. You left your underage 10-year-old son zoomed off because you were flying or going for a vacation in your home country. Now, what really happened? A parent abandoned their 10-year-old son at the airport because the boy's passport had expired. And then they left the boy there, hoping that somebody would come pick the boy up. Like, it is claimed that they were expecting a relative to come pick up the boy. And what did they do? They boarded the flight, ready to fly to their home country. You know, an airport authority who picked this boy up claimed that they abandoned him because they said his passport has expired, of which the passport had expired, and he doesn't have a visa on his passport, therefore he cannot fly. This airport authority invited the police to come in. The police came, got this boy, and they called the pilot of the flight the parents had boarded. Fortunately, the flight hasn't taken off yet. You know, the flight has to, like, is it drive or run? I don't know. I think run a little bit before getting into the runway. They have to queue. I've experienced that in London Heathrow. It's a long way for a flight to, like, is it drive? I don't know the right way. To drive, you know, before getting to the runway, you know. So the flight was still there. They had to call the pilot, and they said the pilot turned back to their major stand before they start driving off to go into the runway. So he came back, and the police got on the flight, asked if anyone had left their child. They said everybody was quiet, even the parent didn't say a word. But finally, they found the parents that left their child at the airport. 10-year-old son, right at the airport because his passport had expired, and he doesn't have visa on his passport to fly. The parents, oh, I thought I've seen it all. When a lot of us are here praying and looking for more children, somebody's, oh my goodness, of all the places, what kind of parents are that? You know, sometimes I don't really understand how people think. A lot of people were saying in the comment section that that wasn't any problem, that it was normal. 10-year-old can take care of himself. It's not a bad thing, especially for the fact that a relative is coming to pick up the boy. There was nothing wrong about that. I say, wow. I think people supporting this, they may have not lived abroad. Or even if I lived in my home country, that's no way now. No way I can leave my 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 13. Some said this man or this couple should have handed over their son to the airport authority officially, letting them know, okay, a relative will be coming, at least sign an official document. Yes, because you can't just hand over this child to anybody on uniform at the airport without any official statement. You know, getting your phone contact, getting the person's phone contact, to keep in touch, ensuring that yes, they handed over your child to your relative who was meant to come pick up the boy, you know. But think about it, how could you be planning to travel and you never realize that your son's passport had expired? You know, this is a lesson for everybody to learn. Yes, once in a while you check your passport. Like currently, I have 10 years visa in my Nigerian passport. Is it 10 years visa? 10 years validity in my passport. My son has 5 years. You know, these things can happen at times. Because I remember when I went to renew our passport, I paid for 10 years for my son in London. Last 2 years. Guess what? They didn't refund me for my son. They said children, they can only get 5 years. That they have not started issuing 10 years passports, validity for children less than 18. Pay me my money now. They say they cannot do it. So that extra 5 years money just went like that. So possibly now I might be like, okay, we have 10 years validity. I will forget about my son's own. Because I know in about 2028 or thereabout, because it's been around 2 years, I should be able to go renew his passport again. Though definitely by then he must have settled in the country where we are. But now notwithstanding, we keep checking, you know. So maybe this was what happened. But even at that, there's no way I can leave my own child. You brought your own child at the airport to travel, the preparation, he packed his bag and all of that. The excitement, expectation, and all of a sudden, boom, you ask the child to stay back, not handling the child over to anybody. You know, that was a big risk for anyone to have taken as a parent. They don't deserve to be parents. I'm sorry to say that. Because the airport is such a public place with different characters, different people from different backgrounds. International airport, Barcelona International Airport precisely. This was where this incident happened on the 30th of this July that just ended. You know, what was their plan? Now, what was their gain? I ask again, because they diverted the flight back and they got them out. That means they did not travel again. You know, so who lose in this case? Would they still claim their money back? Definitely the police are going to have them behind for questioning and all of that, and the flight would go. So they have missed that flight, and then their child realizing all of this when he grows up, because even now most 5 year, you know, 10 years, they are very much reasonable, more than some of us adults. What will be going in the mind of this young man? My parents could abandon me like this. They called somebody to come pick him up like they claimed, but that notwithstanding, no way. That wasn't a right thing to do, to be frank. So one particular lesson every one of us should pick from this is that we should from time to time verify or check our traveling documents, you know, before booking flights for you and your family to travel. Check yours, check your children's document as well. You know, well, when booking flights for people to travel, sometimes you usually put your passport details, passport validity, you know, the expiration time, and how long you have left. Did they not check all of this? Because this is quite strange. Some people said maybe the parents, they don't want to, you know, be parents again. They are tired of parenting that young man. They just wanted to leave him at the airport and run away, but that didn't add up. You know, that I don't think that was possible. No way. And from the highlights, the boy's passport has expired and did not have visa to travel. That got me like questioning something again, because if I was to travel to my own country, Nigeria, from the United Kingdom, I don't need a visa to travel, isn't it? Do I? No. I don't know where they are traveling to. They say to their home country. I don't know what country. Yes, if it is African country or European country, I have no idea. But if it is a place they actually require the visa to travel, did they not apply for visa for their son? Visa is not something you apply one day, unless a transit visa. You don't apply today, you get it today, you know. And for you to book your flight to travel, most people that make, not my husband anyway, because my husband can even book flights today and travel today. You know, but if you are traveling with a family, visiting your home country for a holiday, this is something you must have started preparing ahead of time. So definitely you must have checked the traveling documents, all the details before booking a flight and blah blah blah. And if your country actually requires you to like get a visa before you fly across a different European country, this is something you must have done ahead of time before planning to travel, isn't it? Well, it is ridiculous. Yes. Somebody kept saying that 10-year-old is old enough to take care of himself. 10-year-old can find his way home and blah, blah, blah. This person doesn't live in abroad, I suppose, in the comment section. Because I know in a country, in the States, yes, USA, I think correct me if I'm wrong, you cannot leave a child under 16 alone at home. If you do, that is fantastic. But it said, if anything happens, you will get into trouble for leaving a child who is less than 16 on their own at home. In the UK, there is no specific age bracket they claimed, but let something not happen to that child who is underage you left at home. They say you can leave your children at home, not under 3, not even under 4. But then you must make sure that that child is reasonable enough of the child's maturity, in taking care of himself or herself, not to involve in any self-harm and all of that. Because if anything should happen to an underage you left at home, then you would know, hey, they will read the law for you in this country, that there are certain age bracket that you cannot leave at home alone. I don't know what you make of these parents that just did this unthinkable thing. Yes, they said in the social media where they posted the video of this boy by the airport authority, it has over 300,000 views already. I tried to search, I couldn't find the video. Maybe I should have searched for that, but if I still go on other social media platform and find the video, I will attach it to this before uploading it. Guys, it is appalling. Yes, you have not seen anything, you have not seen it all, neither have I, but God will not let us see the unthinkable things we least expected to happen on earth. No way I can leave my 10-year-old. I went shopping. Lidl is just around the corner. My boy, I beg, enter car. I can't leave him alone. I cannot. No way. I know he can stay, but I don't want stories. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. Yes, let's be cautious about what we do. Haba.